What's going on, guys, and welcome back to another video. And welcome to your stimulus check update, stimulus package and infrastructure update, and daily news report for Sunday, September 19th. Now, we are living in crazy times. There's a lot of interesting things happening right now. We have Congress that has to worry about a $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. We have to worry about passing a $1.2 trillion bipartisan infrastructure bill. We have to worry about the government funding for the fiscal year 2022. That's coming up in just 11 days. We also have to worry about a debt ceiling increase. We got so many things to do right now. But here's what I want to do in today's video. You guys have been asking a lot of questions in the comments. So what I want to do today is I want to answer some of those questions. Some of the most common questions that I get, I'm going to answer those questions. First, how likely is the $3.5 trillion infrastructure or social infrastructure bill to actually pass? When you look at all the facts, all the different statements from lawmakers, it's highly unlikely that this bill will not pass eventually. However, how likely is this to pass in September? It's very unlikely that this would pass in September. Here's the reason why. According to multiple lawmakers, like Senator Joe Manchin and Senator Kyrsten Sinema, they will not vote in favor of that $3.5 trillion human infrastructure, social infrastructure bill because of the price, because it's too expensive. Kyrsten Sinema wants to see it lowered quite a bit. Joe Manchin would like to see we spend less money. However, he is open to spending $3.5 trillion, but there has to be proof that it will not lead to runaway inflation. So, there are still hurdles to overcome. We are supposed to have this bill voted on before September 27th, so within 8 days. However, that is highly unlikely because of all the different hurdles we have to overcome. We also know that the $1.2 trillion bipartisan bill, that must be voted on by September 27th. If it's not, chances are progressives will vote no for the $1.2 trillion bill because the $3.5 trillion stimulus package or human infrastructure bill or social infrastructure package, whatever you want to call it, they're all three the same. It wouldn't have passed before then. So we have some issues there. Now, one of the questions I've been getting a lot from people is, are we going to see a bill that passes for less than $3.5 trillion? The answer is yes, most likely. According to most experts, they are anticipating that we would see a bill right now, as it stands, anywhere between $2.8 to $3.4 trillion. There will be cuts. We do not know how many cuts there will be. What we do know is that all the different legislation has been put into the bill. Okay? We are still waiting on a few answers. The Senate parliamentarian, she is still trying to decide whether or not immigration reform can be included. And this could be a deal breaker for progressives. But at the same time, progressives understand that if immigration reform can't be included for whatever reason, then they can't just go and tank the entire bill with their other four priorities. They need to make sure this bill does pass. So, my expectation is yes, we will see this pass. It will be for a little bit less than $3.5 trillion. But if there's no immigration reform, progressives could actually bring back something else, like unemployment benefits, possibly stimulus checks. We don't know. Now, what is even in this bill for the American people? This is a question I get quite a bit. And one of the reasons why I believe we are going to get more, simply because there's $3.5 trillion in this bill. And if a small amount goes to the American people, like what happened in the last bill, then yes, the American people usually get upset that we are paying for all these different things, all this different legislation, but yet we are not satisfied with what we are paying for. But here's what's in the bill currently for the American people. And there's other things as well. But these are the main things. We got affordable childcare. If you have children, this is going to be very beneficial. You will pay a 7% max on your income towards childcare. We also have a childcare tax credit of up to $4,000 per year, 2 children max. So up to $8,000 total in a childcare tax credit. We have paid leave for 12 weeks. This is going to be big. We have free community college, a savers credit. That's another big one. It's not going to be a huge credit, but at the same time, it's going to help people plan for retirement or plan for a future event. So that's pretty big there. And we also have the child tax credit payments. Now, I didn't mention a fourth stimulus check, and I want to address this separately. Will there be a fourth stimulus check? Here's what we know. There are many lawmakers that are pushing for a fourth stimulus check. According to the recent reports, though, the 80 to 100 lawmakers that were previously pushing for a fourth stimulus check, there's probably less people now that are pushing for this check. However, more people are in favor of it. Now, I know that's confusing, but let me explain that. There's probably, according to the last report I think I read was saying somewhere around 200 lawmakers, that includes the Senate and the House of Representatives, around 200 lawmakers would support a fourth stimulus check at this time. However, the amount of people that have actually come forward and said they would support a fourth stimulus check, out of those 80 to 100 people that previously said that, there's probably less than 50 that are currently pushing for a fourth stimulus check or even bring it up. So that's a big issue. As for the people that are really making the news, pushing for a fourth stimulus check, well, zero. Nobody's really doing that. And it could be a media problem, but it could be a problem with the lawmakers. What I've said over the past couple of months is we learned that many lawmakers were pretty much alluding to the fact that they're going to wait to the last minute, then they would push in stimulus checks. We don't know how much they're going to ask for. We don't know who would receive it. But they've alluded to that fact that at some point they will push for a fourth stimulus check. It would be towards the end of the entire discussions, though. Once the bill is ready to be voted on and passed, that's when they would do it. But here's the problem. This is probably going to get voted on in the House of Representatives first. Then it's going to get kicked over to the Senate. If it passes the House of Representatives with a stimulus check, it would probably be one of the first things pulled out in the Senate. If it gets to the Senate and a senator were to bring this up and propose a fourth stimulus check, there could be a debate and we could see this be included. But if it's not a senator, I would predict that it does not get included. It would have to be a senator that proposes a fourth stimulus check. Right now, I don't know if Senator Bernie Sanders would even do this. I don't think he would at this point. Okay? But there's still a possibility for additional stimulus. I just don't know if it would be that stimulus check. Okay? So, as I know more there, I promise I will fill you in on all those updates. But that's what we know regarding the stimulus checks. Now, when will we know if the federal government will default on their debts? Well, we will know sometime in October. However, they are having a vote sometime this week to discuss a debt limit increase. We know Republicans will not support this, but here's the other thing. Democrats can include this into the budget reconciliation bill. That's that $3.5 trillion infrastructure bill. Here's the problem. Nancy Pelosi said last week she would not support this, and Democrats would not include a debt limit increase into the budget reconciliation bill. And for a couple reasons. The first one, if it does cause inflation or additional inflation, Democrats would be the ones to blame. Now, this debt limit, we reached this debt limit because of really all parties. All the past presidents, right? We've reached this debt limit. It was a group effort, not just Democrats, not just Republicans. But Democrats want to blame the former Trump administration, and Republicans are blaming the Biden administration. What we know right now is if this does not get increased, if we don't address the debt limit here and do it soon, we're going to see issues because a lot of people on federal assistance programs, they're going to see cuts. The White House warned us just a few days ago, we will see cuts to Medicaid, to school lunches, SNAP benefit programs, nutrition assistance, right? We're going to see cuts to a lot of different programs. And experts warn anybody that's on a federal assistance program could see a cut to their benefits. So, if you are currently maxing out and you are doing everything you can, then you're spending any money you get, any assistance. Experts are saying to take a step back. You need to cut back a little bit. You need to make sure you are going to be okay if and when these cuts happen. I don't know for sure if we're going to see anything like this happen. Historically, we have never defaulted on our debts as a nation. So this would be the first time. So all I can tell you is if this does happen, it will be shocking and it will be devastating to millions of people. Now, one of the other questions that I got a handful of times the other day is how do I recommend someone else trades in this market? So if you want to trade stocks, and again, you don't need millions of dollars, you don't even need thousands of dollars. Anybody can trade stocks. Even if you have $100, you can still make your trades. Here's what I'm doing. I'm going very cash heavy. Okay, and I want to explain why. Now, I still have open positions. I still am actively trading. I still have many stocks I purchased, months or years ago, where they are still the price that I purchased them at is still very low. So I have time. If they were to drop, I still have time to get out and still make money. So I'm not worried there. Here's where I'm worried. Sometime soon, and probably this week's going to be a very telling week, but we are going to see the Federal Reserve start to discuss tapering stimulus. And if we see the taper happen soon, or the Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell talk about tapering within the next couple of months, my guess is it's probably be October, November. If we see this happen, chances are we will see the market kind of correct itself. So when it does, I want to have some cash on the sidelines that I can put into different positions. That's where I'm at right now. So I could be missing out. I could be missing the boat. I might be sitting on the sideline for another month or so, but I'm okay with that as long as I can get out of positions that I'm in. Still up, but get out. Put some money on the sideline. Have really a cash heavy portfolio right now, so when things go on sale, I can start buying. That's my idea right now. That's what I'm planning on doing. Again, I could be wrong. I could be sitting on the sideline not making money at this time, but at the same time, I want to be prepared when the market correction happens. It will happen. I don't think it's going to be a crash. I think it will be a correction. So that is what I'm currently doing right now. So again, if you guys have any other questions regarding stimulus, regarding trading, anything like that, please let me know down in the comment section below. I will be doing more videos over on TikTok as well. I did a handful of them last week. I didn't do as many, had a bunch of other things going on. I actually did 3 videos on Tuesday and Thursday last week as well. If you like that, where I did 2 videos Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and I did 3 videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays, let me know. Let me know which one you like better. Is it 2 videos per day? Or do you like that I break it up and do 3 videos where every single video doesn't have as much information, but it's still packed full of an update? So I just want to thank you guys for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your Sunday. Consider subscribing, and I'll see you guys on the next one.